Hello there. If you've been hunting around the internet, maybe going through YouTube, looking for ideas and things about leadership, you might well have bumped into a guy called Simon Sinek. And if you haven't, then do so, because he's got some great ideas. And one of the things he talks about is the importance of organizations having a really strong sense of why or purpose. And he distinguishes between what you do, how you do it, and why you do it. And because we really like that idea, we share it with our clients, and they have some challenges. So first one is actually identifying that sense of purpose in a way that is relevant to everybody in the organization, so that everybody in the organization can buy into it. And you'll see in a moment, with some organizations it's quite easy, with other organizations maybe not so. Second challenge they have, or mistake in this case they make, is that they view this kind of purpose thing as an add-on, a nice to have. So after they've done everything else and done their strategies and all this kind of thing, they think, we better write down a sense of purpose. Not quite the way it's supposed to work, as you'll see in a moment. And the third challenge they have is that they don't understand, maybe because they've done the second, the power that having that strong sense of purpose brings you, particularly when it comes to implementing change. I'll give you an example. I've been working with an organization, and without going into too much detail, they have a way of testing people that identifies whether they're at risk or in the very early stages of cancer. And this is a cancer that kills people, lots of people. And so their sense of purpose, if you like, is clear. They're in the business of saving people's lives, but actually much more than that. They're in the business of stopping all the people around that person from suffering, the experience of watching this person, develop and fight and, possibly not get through cancer. So their sense of purpose is really clear. And you immediately can understand that there are other organizations, maybe it's not so easy. But you see, if you've got that sense of purpose, and every single person, whatever how mundane and ordinary their actual role is, if they connect to that sense of purpose, then when it comes to making change, you've got a huge advantage. Because, if you do a particular job and somebody says, hey, if you do that job in a different way, or maybe even if we train you to do a different job and we get a piece of technology to do that job, we'll be able to save more people. We'll be able to do things faster. We'll be able to do it more efficiently, and therefore do more of it. The chances of you saying, yeah, okay, I'll go for it, yeah, let's do it, are vastly increased. And one of the reasons for that is that people attach their self-image to the how. I'll give you an example. A lot of airlines several years ago shifted from the check-in people behind the counters, to using various forms of automated check-in. Now, imagine going up to one of those people before any of that happened and said, what do you do? They might well say, I'm a check-in person. You see what they've done? They've actually said, well, I do this check-in process, the goal being to get people on the planes quickly and efficiently with the minimum of hassle for them. And I do the check-in thing, but I describe myself and think of myself as a check-in person. And then you've got a major problem getting people to change. If they say, I'm one of the people who help passengers get on the plane as efficiently, effectively as possible, it's not very exciting why, I'm sure there's a better one, then getting them to change is so much easier. And in fact, in theory, I know it's not quite as easy as this, in theory, they should be up for it. We can do this better, we can do this more efficiently, and then do it quicker and do it with more people, this kind of stuff. Do you see that? Now, I'll be really interested to hear your thoughts on it, but also if you as an organization have gone through this process of really identifying a clear sense of why and what impact you think that's had on the organization. Okay, talk soon.